Have you used the Arise work from home platform to get gigs? Well, if you're thinking about doing it, you need to watch this video because I've seen where a lot of persons are recommending it. And so I decided to dig into it, and I have found a couple of things that I wanted to share with you before you start using the platform. Well, before you actually start the process of signing up, because you don't want to waste time. So stick with me to the end and allow me to dive into it. But before you do that, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We are here on a mission to help as many persons as possible to build their wealth legacy. And we do this by providing business startup tips, ideas, strategies, and resources to help you with getting your business started, a side hustle, high paying jobs that will help you to increase your income. Because we want you to stop living paycheck to paycheck and start living a happier, more fulfilling, and a financially free life. So guys, welcome to the Wealth Legacy Movement. So let's dive right into it. So like I said, the Arise platform, whenever I'm going to do a video on these things, what I do the research and I try to at least apply for it myself to see the process as I take you through it. And so I did just that. So one of the things that I noticed was the amount of money that you had to come up front with to be able to use the platform, plus the monthly recurring expenses. And I'm thinking that if the ordinary person is looking for a job to increase their income or something just to add to what they have already, this is really astronomical. Nobody is going to do this unless they're not aware of it and they waste their time to sign up and only to find out this when they're actually signed up and is ready to get some work. All right. So stay with me and let me explain further. So as you can see, I'm on my personal email and it says complete your registration. And it says, congratulations, you're almost ready to use the Arise platform. Here are the next steps. And it gives you the next steps. Select a contractor type, whether it's sole proprietor, company, agent. And these are really just as it says, an incorporated business. And so you probably need to use your name and your social insurance number depending on where you are, right? And this is for persons who are in countries like Canada, US, England, those countries that use the social. And then for the company, this is an incorporated entity, like your LLC, your partnership, your corporations. And an agent, you would be working under a company that's on the platform. So what I did, I click on continue today. And it says amazing opportunities are just a few steps away, right? And so browse the client program and browse the client programs that are available now. You can filter based on call type, service, sales, tech, etc. Service type, when you'll work, and of course the brands you like the most. Once you've completed registration, you'll get more details like revenue information. When you've decided what interests you most, click on finish registration. So I clicked on registration, and as you can see, it says register a company. But when I tried to register the company, it is not allowing me. So for example, my name is here. It wants me to put my social insurance number, but if it's that I'm going to be working as a contractor, I want to use my EIN, my employment identification number that I got from the IRS for my company. So when I deleted this, put my company's name and my EIN, it's not accepting it. It wants me to put my name. And so I decided that I'm not going to continue with it. So I went to dig some more to find out, a little bit more about it. And so I came across this website, and this is a credible website. And let me just take it to the bottom so you see. So this person is Angie Nelson. Angie Nelson began working from home in 2007 when she figured out how to take her future into her own hands and escape the corporate cubicle farm. And basically it says she was featured on Recruiter, Flex Jobs, and Business Newsday. So she's a credible person. She writes a lot online, and the fact that she was featured in these, it tells you that she is credible. And so let's go back to the top. And she wrote on this as Arise, work from home, review legitimate job or business opportunity. And it basically gives you what it does, that Arise. And then she says, as someone who's been working from home since 2007, I've seen a lot of work at home universe. In fact, my work at home journey actually started at Arise. So what do you think? Let's discuss. So basically, she started at Arise when she decided that she just wanted to work from home. All right. So basically, she tells you what their platform offers. And one of the things that I wanted to note was you have to come up with all the things that are needed for this job. And it says, in addition, you'll need a typical home office setup, computer, dedicated phone line, and a VoIP line, quality headset, and all of that. So these are things that you will have to go out and get for yourself. You need a line that is dedicated just for that. But that did not catch my attention so much like this part. So I want you to look at this. So as it says, once you've set up, you'll be eligible to start taking on clients. You will need to take additional training before you can start working from individual clients. Training costs are typically $50 to $250 depending on the complexity and length. Training is unpaid and may last several weeks, and this money will have to be paid by you, right? And it says, Arise says your startup cost should be around $250 to $770 with monthly recurring charges of $124. So to get started, guys, friends, you're going to need to have $250 to $770. And I mean, these are just regular people. Regular people, when you want to get something to do, you're not going to be able to come in with $770. Like, no, the company should pay for your training because you'll be working for them. Even in the capacity of a contractor, you'll be earning them the bigger share of the money. So why would they want the contractor, to pay these kind of money, and then you'll have to pay $124 as a recurring charge per month for different things, right? And then on top of that, that tends to work out to, it's a once you get to work, you'll be generally paid like $10 to $20 depending on your client. Payments are made every 2 weeks by direct deposit. That doesn't make sense. So let's look at some of the pros that she talked about. They bring the clients to you, which is understandably the hardest thing is to get client. So this is always a good thing. So I'm not going to dive into this. You can go ahead and read it for yourself. It says Arise is well established with a good reputation. I'm not sure about that because if you go online, you're going to see people talking about this, especially for the upfront money that you have to pay. You're paying for your own training and the equipment that you need to start. And then the salary, the actual money that you'll get as a contractor is like $10 to $20. And then you get to pick and choose your clients. The business requirements set you up completely legitimately. Okay. And then it continues to say they have all the training you need available, but you have to pay for it, right? So yes, there's no guesswork about your qualification and how to be qualified because they train you. You can hire people to work under you, which is also a great thing, right? It's working from home. We all love the flexibility to work from home. It saves you money, gas, traffic. It saves you money. You're with your family so much of the time. But let's look at the cons. Training costs money. And like I said to you, you have to be willing to come up with that money that I shared with you earlier, up to $770. There isn't free training. No free training, right? So you have to be prepared for that. They're not telling you that up front, but you have to be prepared. And the thing about this, when you are trained, you will not be able to take that training anywhere else. You're just trained to work with that particular client, right? So that doesn't make sense to me. There are recurring fees too. This says $40 per month, but you do have to pay a monthly fee to remain a part of Arise. And that, like I showed you at the top, is about $124, right? And startup seems complicated. It's not rocket science, but it's also not like you just go and incorporate a business and have a phone line installed in your house every day. It takes a real commitment to the job you'll be doing for the upfront investment of time, energy, and money to pay off. Like, that's crazy. Nobody's going to do that. The rates are low when you figure in the cost, right? Most people report hourly earnings of around $10 to $14. So they purport 10 to 20. What people are reporting is $10 to $14, right? It's only available in the United States, Canada, and UK. Well, that's okay. The work can be seasonal, and I mean, that is okay too. There will still be some control over your schedule. One thing I didn't like about Arise that caused me to quickly establish my virtual assistant business was that I was still not entirely in control of my schedule. Arise isn't much different from other work-at-home virtual call center jobs. Each client usually has a minimum number of hours you need to work each week. Some of those hours will probably be required weekends or even evenings. If you are last to the shift bid, you may have the flexibility you desire. And if you have more than one client, those hours requirements can add up, right? Ultimately, what Arise does is set you up with your own business. If that's not something you want, Arise probably isn't the right opportunity for you, right? And she basically says Arise is legitimate, but to come up with those money, I'm going to be honest with you, personally, I wouldn't do it. Like, I totally would not do it. And the starting up, it's too complex. Nobody has the time for that, okay? Arise Solutions are A plus rating, but customer review of 1.73 out of 5. That doesn't match. That doesn't align. A rating, but you have 1.73 out of 5 ratings. That doesn't make sense. There are only 30 reviews, so this may not be the best data point to make a decision of. Trustpilot has some customer feedback too with 3.3 out of 5. There are only 2 positive reviews out of 7. Ooh, not so good, right? So those are just some of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention. So before you go on the platform, bear those things in mind, that you have to come up with at least, upwards of $777. And plus, you have to have money to have those monthly recurring expenses. Even if you make money on the platform or not, you have to pay those monies because you're helping them with keeping the platform up and running. So that's my take on it. You decide. It's all up to you. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I appreciate you. Remember, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We are looking to spread our wings farther, faster, because we want more people to start building their wealth legacy through entrepreneurships, having side hustles, increase their salaries, and to buy real estate, because we want you to stop living paycheck to paycheck and start living a more happy, fruitful, and financially free life. Again, friends, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You take care. Much blessing.